may see a beggar on the road who's happy, smiling and begging, and they're glowing in their skin. And you may see a person who's actually got all the good things and makeup, yet their skin looks so dead.
Understanding what exactly are chakras and how do they relate to our overall well-being, or to say healing.
Actually see that chakra or that energy center closing. And then something we told them to say to open the chakra, and we could see that opening in real time.
Can you explain the significance of each chakra and how they affect different aspects of our life, and where exactly are they? Now, if I want to do which chakra is blocked or overactive, how do I do an analysis? Welcome, Dr. Yogesh, to our first episode of podcast, and today's topic is chakra healing. First, we start discussing. I would like to introduce the viewers to Dr. Yogesh. Dr. Yogesh Vasandi is a well-known homeopathy physician in Mumbai, India, with around 30 years of experience. Apart from being a very successful homeopath, he's also a certified past life regression therapist and a certified hypnotherapist, and he's also into family constellation, chakra healing, karma management, graphology, and numerology, and many more things. Dr. Yogesh brings the unique combination of being a mainstream doctor and being in the alternative healing space. So welcome once again.
Thank you, Manjari, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So we start with understanding what exactly are chakras and how do they relate to our overall well-being, or to say healing.
Okay. So see, chakras are known since ancient times. Okay, this is there since, you can say, the ancient Sumerians also knew about it. The Hindus, the Persian Magis, the Fakirs, in some form or the other, they were kind of representing and talking about it. But in India, the major research work was done by our ancestors, and it's very funny. The word chakra comes from the word kakra. Okay, Chakra means a wheel. Chakra also means a wheel. And it actually refers to the Aryan charioteers, the chariot kings, came from up north as invading India. They used to come in chariots, and it was the first time. And amongst the dust, only those shining wheels with metallic rims could be seen. And that's how the word chakra came in. And also it's a metaphor for sun. These Aryans were very visionary, and they had Agya chakras, which was big and wide, and they were called as Chakravartin, and then so on and so forth. The history goes on. That's a little bit about the history of chakras. But how can we apply it in day-to-day practice? That is what has come to us very recently. And now there is scientifically based evidence also for it.
Okay. And can you explain the significance of each chakra and how they affect different aspects of our life, and where exactly are they? Are my chakras here or here? Where exactly are they?
Okay, see, all these are mystical sciences. So everybody wants to know, what it is. So 40 years back, if I told you, or 60 years back, if I told you that, there is a chakra, people would say, go take a walk, because there's the proof. Show it to me. So there was no proof, because these are energetic areas in our body. So just like we have a physical body, there's an energy body, which we call as aura. Okay. Like that, of course, there are many bodies. Many sciences talk about many bodies. Okay. But we'll just restrict our conversation to chakras. So there's an energy body around us. So for example, if you see the pictures of gods and goddesses, why do they show a light, a halo behind them? What is that? It's actually their auras which they're showing. Why do bright people, they shine? Because their auras are healthy. That's why their face shines no matter what the color is. You may see a beggar on the road who's happy, smiling and begging, and they're glowing in their skin. And you may see a person who's actually got all the good things and makeup, yet their skin looks so dead. So the aura makes you shine brighter. And this energy body, which is all around us, 60 years back, there was no way to check it. Apart from hands with the pranic healing, people would use hands to do it. But then we did not have evidence really scientific till Kirlian. He devised a camera, Kirlian camera, with which he could photograph the auras of the human body. Then, of course, gas discharge visualization techniques came from Russia. And now what we have is the latest on biofeedback cameras which are available, where even normal camera pictures with a certain specification. If you're going to use it with the software of biofeedback, you can actually see the chakras with accurate details along with the auras as well. And real time, we have tried this real time where we told some people that, let's see your throat chakra. And then we told them something in the ears. You just repeat this line again and again. We could actually see that chakra or that energy center closing. And then something we told them to say to open the chakra, and we could see that opening in real time. So it's amazing.
Yes.
And now, almost in the city of Bombay, every few kilometers has a person who will photograph your chakras and auras and actually give you a picture of it.
Okay.
So, where are they present? Coming to your question, just like we have a physical body skeleton, we have an energy body skeleton around. So, let's say there is my spine like this, and just behind the spine is my energetic spine, which is called as the Sushumna Nadi or central meridian line. On it are placed chakras. What are these chakras? These are energy vortices. Okay, they are just energy congregations. There is a dense energy network, and it's in such a way. If you know Damru, Damru is like a small drum which is on the trident of Lord Shiva. So imagine my third eye chakra, which is here, but it is placed on the energy skeleton behind there. So it's facing in front and behind. They're bi-directional chakras. So it's like this and like this. This is the chakra. It's bi-directional. So we have 7 chakras. Majorly what people describe in the books is 7 chakras. Some researchers have done work on minor chakras. Ideally, these are energy centers. They are picking up energy from the universe, and then from there they're giving it to the body. So they are nothing like they are more like energy transponders. Okay, the step up transformer, step down transformer is the closest analogy I can give you. So they pick up the high energy from the universe. It is aligned to a certain frequency and wavelength, which is required for our body. It will change it and give it to that. So each chakra is very specific. It will pick up the energy. So they are placed at various locations. Actually, every cell needs energy. So every cell has a chakra. Just 10 trillion cells are there in our nervous system. So that means 10 trillion chakras, minor chakras are there in our only nervous system. So every cell needs energy. But our ancestors were very smart. They said that the major highways, the major traffic junctions are 7 in our body. If you keep them proper, rest all the chakras will be proper. So those 7 locations, as per your question, one is here at the crown, because this is where there's a crown chakra. I'm giving you the English names. I'm not giving you the Sanskrit names. Then there is a third eye chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, solar chakra is at the pit of the stomach. Then just between the navel and the genital area, that's the area where the sex chakra or the sacral chakra is there. And when we are sitting like this, when you sit on a horse, on a two-wheeler, that area which touches the seat, that's the perineum. That is where the root chakra is. So like that, 7 major chakras are there, which are then connected through 72,000 nadis to minor chakras. So energy flow from the universe comes in, they pick it up, they change it to the point what is required for whichever part of the body, and it is distributed through these nadis. So it is same like our heart putting the blood into the big vessels become smaller and smaller and smaller till they reach each cell. Same way, there is a network of 72,000 nadis, energetic nadis. These now can be photographed. The chakras can be photographed, the auras can be photographed. And it's very exciting. It's a very exciting field.
Yes, I have done that, the photography, and then tried some affirmations and then re-photograph it, and it changes its colors. And I've tried that. It's quite exciting. And Dr. Yogesh, what is the difference between the front chakra and the back chakra? As you explained that there's a front chakra, there's a back chakra. So what's the difference between the front and the back, or they are the same?
No, it's not the same. So I can give you an analogy of a exhaust fan. Okay. So exhaust fan, when it goes in clockwise direction, let's say it picks in air from outside and throws it inside. Same fan, when it goes anti-clockwise, it will throw the inside air outside. So it's a direction. So front chakra takes the specific frequency of energy that it is designed for inside our body. And the back chakra throws out energy from behind. So front is the receiving end of the chakra, back is the giving end of the chakra.
Okay. So front is what we receive from the environment and other people, and back is what we give to the environment and the people around it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Correct.
So So why so much of hungo about chakra healing and all? How they are energy centers, we understood, but what each energy centers does to my life, and how should I maintain it, and why should I be like little bit about it?
Okay, so how should I maintain my chakras? To understand this, it's a good idea to understand a small concept. Chakras are connected to our thoughts and emotions. Okay, so the thoughts and emotions will regulate the chakra, and every chakra has a specific emotion which is working on it or governing it. And that chakra, according to that emotion, will either function, more intensely or less. So we can say hyper functioning chakra, hypo functioning chakra. Is it over functioning or is it under functioning? We don't call it blocked or open because people get scared. There's no such thing because see, chakras are very dynamic. They are constantly opening and closing depending upon our emotions because our emotions are changing all the time. Okay. So specific energy of that emotion will be picked up by the specific chakra, and the specific energy will be released, and each chakra is connected to endocrine glands in our body. And depending upon which endocrine glands it is affecting, that particular hormone will be affected, and that hormone has an effect on a particular target organ and a target cell. And that the effects will be seen on the physical body. So that means our emotions and thoughts are linked to our physical body via the chakras or the energy vortices. This is the concept, okay? And this is the axis that we have used and checked in therapies day in and day out, and it has been verified clinically. So now coming to your question, how do we keep this chakras in a state of balance so that we can function in a normal or a good way? Again, the easiest way to work on your chakras is to work on your thoughts. If you work on your thoughts, your emotions get worked upon. Your emotions get worked upon, the chakras get worked upon. The chakras get worked upon, the endocrine glands get worked upon. And endocrine glands will get worked upon, the hormones get worked upon. And hormones get worked upon, the body gets worked upon. It's very simple. So the thought management is a great way to do it. Of course, you can work just on opening the chakras physically also through pranic healing, through Reiki, through other energy methods. There are multiple. You can work with aromatherapy, you can work with touch therapy, you can work with color therapy, you can work with whatever you want. Chakras are receptive to all this. Some people use gemstones, you with crystals, you can work with various variety of things. But thought management becomes the easy way out. It's easy, efficient, quick, and also it's very cost effective as compared to buying a gemstone, for instance. Okay. Color also, you cannot carry it all the time. Of course, it's possible. You can do it. You can put it on your finger or you can keep it in front of you, whatever. But then thought becomes something that I can take anywhere. I'm not dependent on anything external. So I like that particular route. But all routes work very well. Again, in the same breath, I would like to say chakras are not chakra therapy, or working on chakra is not a substitute for medical line of treatment. You've got to go and see the doctor. You've got to get yourself checked. You don't have to, you can't say, oh, I'm not going to take my blood pressure medicine anymore because Manjari, the chakra therapist, internationally famous, has walked upon me and she told me now you're fine. You can't do that. But yes, while you work on chakras, while you work on your thoughts, the psychosomatic illnesses will show some change, and then your doctor himself or herself will recommend reduction of medications if it is required. And over the period of time, you'll see some changes come, and many people benefit in many ways.
Yeah, and more than 90, even Western researchers say that more than 90% of the diseases are psychosomatic. So once we manage our thoughts, work on our emotions, then we can actually heal our diseases. Yeah.
Yeah, we work on ourselves, and then the psycho part or the psychic part of the psychosomatic illness gets worked through this way, along with medication, along with the medical science, along with other allied sciences. We can go towards an integrated approach, and see how things move, and then accordingly we can go as per the medication or the therapy, etc.
So if some person is having a lot of stress, anxiety, and fear, and actually has no control on the thoughts, Then what is the quickest and easiest way for chakra balancing or healing? You already mentioned about Reiki, pranic healing, aroma, but these are techniques which we have to learn. And are there any other things? If suppose I am suddenly feeling very stress, anxiety, and fear because something happened, so is there a quick way to do it?
Okay, see, quick fixes, I don't recommend quick fixes. Yeah. It's like crash dieting. Yeah, they work for a while. But it's important, Manjari, since you're a therapist, you will understand. Quick fixes are superficial, they're like first aid.
Okay.
But first aid does not negate the use of deeper investigation as to why the problem went wrong. So you need to go to the core issue. You need to work on the core issue to prevent recurrences. Yes, if you want to just feel quickly nice, for example, I'll give one example. Let's say when you're very stressed, what happens to your breathing?
It becomes very shallow. I'm panting and all those things.
Correct. So what is panting? And you seen some people doing this? Oof.
Yes, deep breathing. The quality of your state and life is the quality of your
Correct.
breath.
Correct. So again, we have heard that, right? So while you're breathing out this way, what is happening is a particular chakra which is blocked can get opened up. Seeing a certain color, changing the vastu of a place opens up chakras.
Oh,
A
okay.
good massage. Why do people feel good after a massage temporarily? Of course, the cause till it's not treated, the pain is going to come back. But do you feel good? Huh? Or you sit with somebody who has a lot of unconditional love for you. Let's say your pet or your lover, and then you start feeling better. The same thing that was stressing you out. Again, you have to find the cause of stress, and you've got to find the diagnosis of which chakra is blocked due to stress, because any of the chakra can be blocked due to stress. Stress is a very big term. Let's say, now let's try to break this question. Let's say somebody has financial stress.
Okay.
So then we know that the root chakra could be involved. And then we can accordingly do something for the root chakra. It's a whole therapy. But of course, there are fun ways of doing. For example, if you just go jogging. Again, don't get me wrong, don't overgeneralize it. If you go jogging, marching, stamping your feet, usually the root chakra opens. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't have to pay your loans and your EMI, okay? Your financial problems will go away. But at least you will get an idea as to how you can then do something about it. You get clarity. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel. What you thought was nothing can be done for my finances, you suddenly get an idea, or a right person comes into your life, or you start moving ahead. Same way, let's say somebody is feeling very low in confidence, is feeling low self-esteem. I'm not good enough. I'm not good for anything. I think people are so good. They are so talented. I don't even know why I'm here. I don't know the purpose of my life, for instance. And because of that, I'm feeling very low. I'm feeling low self-esteem, low in confidence. I can't even open my mouth. I go blank. I can't speak. I start stammering when I'm faced with a certain situation, for instance. Now, these are all the signs and symptoms of the throat chakra.
Yes.
Okay, these are signs and symptoms of throat and chakra. So what you can do instantly, first aid, I'm giving you something what Osho used to say. It's called as gibberish. Gibberish or gibberish, whichever way you want to say. So what do they do in that is you speak in a language which is not identifiable. So something like that, okay? And you do it for a particular number of time, or you scream loudly, or you speak what you wanted to speak, but you could never speak. Imagine that person whom you wanted to say something, but you could not because you didn't want to spoil the relationship, you didn't want to lose your job, or whatever may be the reason. And then you do that, the throat chakra temporarily opens and you feel better. For instance, like that. So like that, for each chakra, there are various ways of opening chakras, but I would still recommend thought change is what brings about a belief change, which brings about a change in your behavior, which will bring more lasting chakra health to you.
Okay, so $1 million question to you. What is the quick fix or a quick way of taking care of the thought? Because that is the most important, you said, but many times, even for me being a therapist, at times thoughts are out of control. So if that's the most important thing, and many diseases are psychosomatic, my chakra well-being depends on it, my whole life depends on it, how can I actually have good thoughts or transform my thoughts or my belief system?
Okay, so first of all, one needs to understand that thought is a thought is a thought. Thought is neither good nor bad. I'll give one example. Let's say, Manjari, in your building, there's a watchman, and you see that watchman shooting a person who was just entering the building. Now, anybody who's watching this would feel this is so bad. You can't kill somebody just like that, and you'll put the person in jail for murder. What if next day through investigation you find out that that person who was entering the building was a terrorist who was about to blow up the whole building? Now suddenly the same thought is not murder, it is actually he saved and he's a hero and you'll give him a medal, your own watchman, right? Or the security guard. So thought depends upon what color you give, and that color depends upon your upbringing, that depends on your value system, your belief systems, etc., etc. Now to change the thought, you will need to work on all these things. So it's not so simple. So thought management is a whole field by itself. So sometimes a good movie can change your thought. Sometimes a good one-liner that you see on an ad on a signboard can change your thought. Sometimes a good book can change your thought. Sometimes a friendly advice can change your thoughts and change your personality. Okay. So thought management you need to find out which thought is not aligned to you and your reality. Because what is good for you may not be a good thought for somebody else. And
Yeah.
what thought is not good for you may be a very good thought for somebody else. So you need to find out in your perspective what is that thought. Let's say you're a Brahmin, and for you, eating non-vegetarian food is not a good thought because it doesn't align with you. But now the same person, when he goes abroad and there's nothing else to eat and only non-vegetarian, now whether he can change the thought or not, because otherwise he feels guilty eating non-vegetarian food or he feels nauseated, he gets physical symptoms. Then you need to work on this person to change the thought.
Oh,
Or the person has to return back or go to a place where vegetarian food is available. So it's a complex question. It's very difficult. We don't have a quick fix. How do I change my thoughts? You have to see wherever you are you in alignment with your internal and external reality? Whether the thoughts are matching with that or not. So if you go in a Middle Eastern country, which is very strict, and you're a woman, and to go out, if the rule is you have to wear a burqa, then you have to wear a burqa to be aligned with your internal and external reality so that there is no stress there. You cannot say, no, I'm not going to wear, my religion says not to wear and I'm fine. So they'll say, please leave the country. Don't be here. It's as simple as that. So the thought has to be in alignment with your internal and external reality and your value systems. So that thought will not create stress for you.
okay. And how can we do the chakra analysis? Now, if I want to do which chakra is blocked or overactive, how do I do an analysis?
Okay. So chakra analysis, one is a person can be clairvoyant, right? They can directly see your chakra. They can see your aura. Second is you can do with the help of hands, like how the pranic healers will be doing. Third is you can do by aura photography, chakra photography, biofeedback cameras which are available. Okay. But you got to learn, they're very expensive and it requires expertise to read them. It's just like reading an MRI or a CT scan. Another easy method which I recommend, which you can learn in one day, is this crystal pendulum. These are reader crystals, and they can go over the chakra, and if they're going clockwise or if they're going anti-clockwise, depending upon how you're programmed. They are called as dowser pendulums also. But we don't use it for dowsing, we use it only for diagnostic purpose, whether the chakra is open or they're closed. So let's say I gave a therapy or a treatment for some chakra block. Now I want to know whether it is really worked on, so I can check with the pendulum instantly. So I know whether it has worked or not. You spoke of affirmation. Let's say you're working on certain issue and you want to know whether my affirmation has worked on it or not. So you can actually scan the corresponding chakra and see whether it is open or it is closed. So this becomes like my X-ray. This becomes like my
Okay.
sonography. Instantly check before and after treatment. It helps me diagnose. And also, it's like you go for a pneumonia to a doctor. He takes an X-ray before medication. He gives you medication, tells you do another X-ray to see whether the pneumonic patch is gone or not. So same way with this, we will scan the chakras. Are they open, closed? And then after therapy or after saying the affirmation, are they open or closed?
And you mentioned about overactive chakra and slow moving chakra. So what is the difference between overactive and slow? Both we don't want. We want a perfect movement of the chakra. But what happens in my life? It is overactive. What happens in my life? It is underactive.
Okay.
Yogesh, just a minute. Your
The
voice
same
is
root
not
chakra,
clear.
it
Just a
comes
minute.
beyond the purview of this topic.
Yogesh, you have to start again. Overactive and underactive will start again. There was interconnection was unstable. Yeah. Overactive and underactive. We start again.
So let me give you an example of root chakra which we spoke of. And imagine it is over functioning due to variety of factors. We are not going into that why it is overactive, why it is underactive, because these all you can learn in a course, in a workshop. It requires a lot of details. In short time, you cannot explain. So let's say it is over functioning. So what does root chakra, what does root chakra represent? Which emotion it is aligned to, which thoughts it is aligned to, is the thoughts of or emotions of or the feelings of survival and stability. Okay, so the people whose root chakra is over functioning, they will be in over survival mode. That means they are all the time hyper, they cannot sit in one place, they need to do something to feel safe. Okay, the body is an overdrive, they are restless, they cannot be in one place, for instance. So, very commonly, you'll see over functioning root chakras, especially in kids. And you just can't make them sit in one place, especially the ones with ADHD. We call it attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or we just call them, they are very hyper. We use the word hyper for them. It is hyper functioning root chakra. Same way, under functioning root chakra, they are not interested in survival. They are not interested in stability. I'm just giving you a few things. Okay, root chakra is far bigger than this.
Yes. We just want to know the starting point.
So it is under functioning. That means these people are basically, they just don't get enough money to survive. They always feel, I'm just struggling to make two ends meet. Stability is not there. They can't stick to one job. Relationships are not stable. So they keep moving from one relationship to another, one job to another, one house to another. They always have issues with money, finances, roti, kapda, makan, food, shelter, and clothing. All the issues are there when it's under functioning. Now, same way, just like there is over functioning, under functioning, there can be a partial block chakra. Partial block chakra is, these are the people who usually live mechanical lives. They're not very happy in the sense they feel that what's the point in living? They become so-called depressed, if I may use, not the psychological depressed, okay? What I mean to say, where they feel life sucks, there's no go, there's no joy in life, and they feel what's the point in living? Whatever I earn, I pay the tax, it's just going in my day-to-day survival. I'm not saving any money. And my job, there is no increment. My relationship is going nowhere. And they live this mechanical, miserable lives. And many times they go into self-sabotage mode. That means when they are about to make progress, they do something where the progress will get blocked. It's as if it's as if that they're blocking their own progress, whether in relationship, in jobs, in finances, etc. And they just don't know what to do, and they can really go down feeling very low about themselves. So I hope this answers your questioning about overfunctioning, underfunctioning, and basically partially blocked chakras.
Partially blocked. So can we say that healing the chakra can have profound effect on the major pillars of life, health, wealth, and relationships?
Of course, because see, thoughts affect the emotions, emotions affects the energy level, which affects the chakras, which affects the physical body. And if you go one step ahead, thoughts even affects your external environment. We have heard about the external is a projection of our internal self. So when we are working on ourselves and we are changing our internal reality, just like neuro-linguistic programming says, when you change the inner picture, the outer picture changes. And that's why if you see, so much is the stress on positive thinking, be positive, affirmation, vision board. Why are people doing this? They're trying to change their thoughts and their belief system so that they can change the reality. What really happens is they become more creative. They get newer ways of handling those issues which were unmanageable.
And our body is the biggest manifester of things in our life.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you can work
So,
on all these issues and work on becoming, really having a better life.
yes, yes. I know because I myself started learning chakra and I'm your student as well. So I really know that. So can you share any success stories apart from me, from clients who have experienced benefits from chakra healing?
Yeah, so many, so many.
Just
So
few,
I
the
think,
major ones, few, maybe.
okay, I'll give you an example. So there's this couple who are trying to have a baby, and they tried various IUIs, they tried IVF 2 cycles, and somehow after 7 years,
Doctor, you have to
validated
repeat
that they found
again.
there's a certain
There was
chakra
there,
block, and then
Doctor, you have to repeat again the answer because I think internet at my end is little unstable. So maybe just start with the answer. Few examples, success stories from clients who have experienced benefits from chakra healing.
okay, shall I start?
Yeah,
No, again it got frozen.
just a minute. I will change to my home settings. एक मिनट मैं अपना Yeah, now it is good. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Success stories.
Okay, so I can narrate one case which comes to my mind of a couple who tried 2 cycles of IVF, IUI, and they tried various fertility drugs. 7 years into marriage, they're trying unsuccessfully to have a baby. And, they wanted to try chakras for this because they tried many other things. Usually they come after they've tried many other things, right? So I said, okay, we can try. No guarantees. Let's give it a shot. And some chakra blocks were there for both the husband and wife. I did it. And then I gave them certain therapy mode and, some corrective thought patterns, etc. And within 6 months, the lady was pregnant. Now she has a healthy baby.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is one example. So like that, there are so many examples, but in all, we don't see the success because many times to work and come to the core issue may take some time. But many people lose patience. They feel these are magical therapies. They come once and all the problems should vanish away. So if they're persistent, perseverant, and we can keep trying, sometimes there are many layers to be worked upon, and then you can work on those issues.
So, what role does belief and intention play in the effectiveness of chakra healing?
So again, as I told you, chakras are influenced by emotions and thoughts. So many thoughts together form a belief. And then beliefs are directly responsible for the chakra energy, and chakras then will affect the physical body. So they are directly involved with the chakra. See, because it's like a chakra is a conduit. It's a receiver for my body. It's for example, if I give you an example, which example shall I give you? Okay, a sponge. If you take a sponge and put it in a bucket full of water, okay, what happens is the water through the pores of the sponge goes inside the sponge, and then there is water outside, there is in the sponge, and there is around the sponge water. So our bodies are energy sponges in the energy universe, and those holes in the sponge in our body are called as chakras, which will keep on sucking energy and throwing out energy, which will keep on sucking certain energy and throwing out certain energy. We are constantly exchanging energy with the universe all the time. So the thoughts, intentions, and beliefs and emotions will decide how my chakra is going to absorb this energy and how it is going to throw out, whether it will throw out or it will not throw out, whether it will absorb that energy or no. And that energy, when it doesn't go to my cells, then my cells will show some malfunction or dysfunction.
Okay. Now, how does we understood that the mental thought pattern have a profound effect on the chakras, but the reverse true? How does chakra healing contribute to mental and emotional well-being?
So again, it's the same question, no? As we work on corrective thought patterns, automatically you are at peace with yourself because we can't change others, but we can change ourselves. So my response to another situation or a stimulus which was earlier causing me to go into stress or panic or react, as my thought pattern changes, I become more relaxed, more peaceful, knowing what the reality is. I know the ground realities and I take appropriate action. Let's say somebody is all the time cheating me, but I feel no, his family member, I need to help. I need to help. I keep doing it, but inside I'm not feeling well because I'm doing it because I've been told you're the elder brother, so you got to do it, for instance. And then when the thought pattern changes, because this is upsetting me, it's making me fall sick, I'm not really happy doing it. But why I'm doing it? Because there's a compulsion. Now, when you work on this thought pattern, I realize and I tell the person, if you're going to do this next time again, I'm not going to help you because it's not good for me and it's not good for you either. Now, the person is able to actually take a step and not be a people pleaser, which was actually putting this person down. The thought pattern has changed. Maybe the person will not like to come back again, or relationship may change with that person, but it's good for both of them because, at least for my client, it was that this person was sucking his energy. He was making him feel low. So, obviously, I don't need such a person. I spoke to him nicely. See, this doesn't work for me. If you wish to change the behavior, we can still have a win-win relationship. Otherwise, I think we should go our own ways. Now, that is the change. So, obviously, the mental health improves. I become more peaceful. I do things what I'm happy about.
Yes, saying no is very important at times rather than just be saying yes, yes all the time. Yeah. And are there any risks or limitations associated with chakra healing that listeners should be aware of? One definitely is that it's not a substitute to medical intervention or medical therapy. But other than that,
Okay, so very frankly, there is no basically limitation of doing chakra therapy because it's not invasive. So we are just scanning. The beauty, where chakras we use maximum is when a person cannot speak much. So I can scan. When a person cannot come to me, when the person is severely ill or in coma, okay, or if the child is autistic and not able to express, just to know the inner thought patterns of the child. I'm not saying all these problems will go away, but at least we'll get a perspective what the person is thinking along with the therapy. You can, the treatments which are going on, you can
I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Yogesh. Did you mute yourself? I can see you, but did you mute yourself?
know.
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
So from where to begin?
You begin with wherever you want. We'll edit it little bit.
Okay, where was I?
Any limitations of chakra which the listener should be aware of?
Okay, so there are basically no limitations. If a person wants to know the metaphysical causes of illnesses, this is another way of doing it. If one person wants to know the metaphysical causes of their problems, this is one of the way. If they want to know metaphysical causes or blocks coming in the way of their happiness, this is another way that they can experiment. People who cannot speak, people who are not able to connect with their own feelings, this could be one way to look at it. It gives them some options and openings to, see more possibilities. So you can try this. We don't do it for pregnant women. We don't do it for pregnant women just because, we don't want to take a risk of changing major thought patterns for somebody because then later on it's a precious baby at stake. I'm not saying it can create loss of baby or something like that. It's best not to interfere with these times.
Okay, got it. So thanks a lot, Dr. Yogesh, for your profound knowledge and inputs about chakra healing. I myself resort to chakra healing quite often. I'm a believer of Reiki healing. In conclusion, do you want to share anything or say anything to our listeners?
Yeah, I would just say that post-COVID, mental health is a huge area that we all need to venture into. And keeping yourself healthy and happy at all levels require you to look at your mind also. There are certain things which are beyond science, which science cannot explain. So, delving into metaphysics, studying it a little bit, can be very useful for your inner and outer reality and its peace and well being. So, have fun, and maybe there's a beautiful book that you can go through. It's called as The Wheels of Life by Dr. Enodia Judith. There's a lot of information on the net, but this book is a very masterly composition. It's a big book. It will take you some time to go through it, but it's very beautiful. And most of my chakra information that I have used for so many years in my workshop come from this book, The Wheels of Life by Dr. Enodia Judith. And have fun. Thank you very much. Thank you, Manjari.
Thank you, Dr. Yogesh, for your precious time to come to our podcast. See you again. Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you. Bye.